one of the most experienced players in the field, that is 2v2 Brawlhalla, is also a behemoth of a team, and again, a team that a lot of people at home is going to have their money on. This is going to be one heck of a matchup.
Yeah, and we're going to Demon, which we haven't seen a whole lot of in 2v2s. A big, long stage, just allowing so many opportunities to rack up these 2v1 combos, and maybe even 2v2 combos if they're lucky enough. But it promotes a lot more isolated fights, too. You don't really have an in-between like you do on Apocalypse. It's, you either get one or the other, and within the 30 seconds that we've had this game, we've already seen both.
We've already seen both indeed. Blue and Kresuu, you know, it might not reflect very well on the scoreboard right now, on the health of these players, but Blue and Kresuu, they have had a lot of stage control so far. They're able to find a lot of good 2v2 combos, and it looks like overall they are coming out on top here. But Ted is on that axe, on that Rayman, dealing some damage.
Gotta give props to Blue and Kresuu, though. Maintaining that lead, of course, as I say that, they go way off stage. Good recovery from Kresuu, eliminates Ted's first stock. A follow-up from Neeze with the Sair almost removes Kresuu as well, but the ledge guard wasn't quite there in time. Ted follows up, though, with the immediate punish into a double KO with the recovery. You know what we say about that, too, Polly?
What do we say about that, Keg?
You want to say it with me?
Yes.
1,
3, 2,
2, 1. Holy moly!
Holy
Say it! You're playing with my emotions, Polly.
The delay!
Right. Whatever. I see how it is. It's okay, but you know what isn't delayed, Polly? Unlike you. It's this gameplay. And now it's almost even. Blue and Ted have their second stocks. Kresuu and Blue are trying to find the follow-up to eliminate Ted's second, but they're unable to do so. He's hopping around, fishing for dares wherever he can. But this Rayman pick goes for the recovery, finds the 1v1, but it turns out even the side stake from Olgrim's Lance isn't enough to eliminate that stock.
Players trying to make their way back onto the stage. Neeze won't be able to, though, and that is going to be him out quite early, leaving Ted to play this 2v1 against Blue and Kresuu. And Light coming out, that's going to be Ted going down to the final stock. One stock against the 3 is gonna take a lot to be able to take this back, Keg.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, Pearl and Olgrim, very high defense on both these legends. Ted has a big journey ahead of them here to maybe take away this game. Axe is in play, good to the fish for the 1v1s. You can already see the positioning of these two on red. They're looking for that final combo to just end this game.
Oh yeah,
but
the maneuvering is on point. They are not taking they are not taking any kinds of risks right now. They're waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike here.
And it just allows Ted to have two options.
Oh my
Weapon
God.
throws and
Kresuu.
dares.
Kresuu on that axe, able to deal so much damage. Sair coming out, Desig not able to follow up. Doesn't even matter though. He's getting so close to finding the final KO now.
Ah, what could have been the start of brilliance there was shut down in its prime. Kresuu and Blue, again, a team that you and I haven't really seen a lot of in 2v2s, especially at this higher level. Really solid start, I think, in this series.
Very, very solid start indeed, and we are going to be jumping right back into it. No hold-up whatsoever. Yet again, all of these players incredibly eager to just get in there and start fighting.
No adjustments coming out. Interesting.
The
What to
adjustments are
expect?
in the
What to
gameplay, Keg.
Of course, yes, the downloads. I'm surprised we didn't swap stages. You would think Ted and Neeze are gonna benefit more from like small.
No.
Really?
These guys know
Not
what's
even
up.
Apocalypse?
This is the better map. This is the better map. This map is better than Apocalypse. Don't ask me.
For 2v2s?
Yes,
I
I love
mean-
this map. It's so good, dude.
Look, I'm not gonna disagree with that. It's a cool map. I like the vibe of it. I just feel like when you have, blasters, they are long range. I just feel like this is such a benefit for red team here. You have lance, you have axe, you have bow and spear for just that long range setups. With the double gauntlets, you have to be up close and personal, and there's just so much escape room right now for both the red team.
Keg, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you. I have to ask you for your professional esports comment on what is going on with Blue. We were seeing both Neeze and Ted in deep red and Blue having took like one hit.
Just dodging and weaving, really just playing for positioning right now. Really big fan of how Blue's been playing out this Pearl pick. Good setups there, just allowing Kresuu to succeed. But even in the startup, with not a lot of damage applied, that was a good KO coming out from Neeze, and now Blue, saying their praises, is now evened up with everybody else.
Evened up with everybody else, indeed. Nice DC coming out from Neeze, catching that recovery back onto the stage. Able to cover up for himself as well when he accidentally hits Ted. Now with that stock lead, they are trying to go as far as possible with it. Kresuu is picking up that weapon very early though. They probably wanted to keep him off that.
Kresuu's down to that final stock. Has to play cautiously here. Good side air for Ted. The ledge guard is there. The double ledge guard too, no less.
Good end coming out from Ted, catching both of them, and Ted is on a roll with that axe. He's going to be going down from Kresuu's lands though, leaving Neeze on the edge here. Using a GCN to come back up. But again, we're seeing these isolated 1v1s, periodically becoming a 2v1, but never in blue team's favor.
No. And we saw Neeze there trying to go for the follow-up against Kresuu, but unable to succeed. A little bit of team KO action happening there. Good lead, though, was for Blue. Kresuu falls for the final time in Game 2.
Okay. And as I say, of course, no 2v1s in the favor of the blue team. We do see one right here. Ted and Neeze trying to finish Blue off here as he is orange on his last stock. Ted with the gauntlets trying to find something. Neeze tries to cover him up. That's the team damage, though, giving them a bit of a hard time. It's getting a little bit chaotic, but they have the stocks to spare.
Blue does have more options than they did in Game 1, but never mind. It's Neeze there for the recovery. Okay. Very interesting. And you know what? I have to eat my words, Polly. Demon, I thought would be more set up for Blue and Kresuu, given the legends that they have chosen, but otherwise, no. Neeze and Ted, they played a strict anti-aerial game. They applied that pressure, and like you mentioned, wherever they could, they would find as many 1v2s as 2v1s as they possibly could. And we return again. Back over to Demon, no legend swaps whatsoever. We have to see a new game plan come out from Blue and Kresuu.
There's this very, very strange phenomenon in fighting games, especially, where you can feel like one team is losing even though they're winning. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but if you fought like Katars or Blasters, you probably know what I mean. You're getting hit like all over the place, you never have control of the battle, and before you know it, you won and you were just yellow, and you know, you've knocked out the other player completely. I feel like it always feels like red team is winning.
I kind of get what you mean. I think I do. It's like a mental thing. And I'm sure the pro players go through that too. But it ain't over till it's over. And I mean, some of these weapons just don't do as much damage, and you have to rely a lot more on punishes and just chip damage away. Blue's doing a really good job at that. Great ground pound, sending Ted off stage for a brief second, but they do land back on. Ledge guard's in play right now. Blue with the extended down sig doesn't quite connect, but no. I'm sorry, it wasn't a down sig, it was an end sig. Still not able to find much from it though. Red across the board, a great sider sends Ted away. Neeze playing, though, for the ledge guard control. Good side air, and a down save the boot to send Blue away down to that final, second stock, excuse me.
Now, Ted is stuck in the pseudo 1v2 situation. Neeze is going to be able to come back real quick, though. We're seeing double gauntlets coming out from the blue team, and that's just how you know that some funky stuff is about to go down. Especially as Kresuu goes down and we're stuck in this 1v2 situation. It's the full-on gauntlets 2v2 combo. They're not going to be able to find that knockout, but hey, that's still a lot of damage.
I love this. The double gauntlets just do not allow any time for startup at all against red team. Blue and Kresuu, their only option is to jump into the air, just hope for the best, of play for a punish. But luckily though, the positioning for Ted and Neeze, who now has blasters, just did not allow any sort of counterplay against their positioning.
Great offstage play by Blue, knocking Neeze out there. Blue team across the board on their last stock. Now Ted needs to be careful, but even though he gets stuck on the offstage there, he's able to find a couple of good hits. Ted is just going in, man. Ted has such an aggressive mentality right now.
You know, you talk about like the Katar Blaster matchups, right? Like you get so much damage applied to you. Some of that has to do with confidence. And it feels like Ted is just soaring with confidence right now, and that might just be the X factor needed to take this to a 2-1 reverse. Kresuu does lose that second stock. Yeah.
He's definitely soaring with confidence, dude. You can see it in his eyes when he flies across the stage with that axe, but confidence isn't going to take down the stocks off the players in the enemy team. He's on the axe, though. It's going to be him out.
I spoke too soon again. Really good setup there for the end of the game, for the ledge guard. But I gotta say, that entire game up until the end of the second stock looked like it was dominantly in the double gauntlet favor. And with us going to, again, another game, no changes whatsoever. It makes me wonder, maybe we should see Neeze and Ted predominantly favor the gauntlets now for the entire game, rather just than for the mid-round. Because we did see Neeze and Ted swap away to their blasters and axe, and their damage output did drastically go down. I would love to just see double gauntlets through and through.
I would also love to see the double gauntlets through and through. But what I would love even more is for this to come down to a Neeze and Blue 1v1. That would be the most legendary moment on this tournament.
And I mean, Blue has had such a miracle run in Brawlhalla history, doing so well in a variety of tournaments. But right now, they're just barely maintaining that lead, barely clinging on to the lower bracket of top 8. They have a 1-game buffer room. They lose this one, they go to game 5. And right now, Neeze and Ted, not the same. If they lose these next few stocks, they're out of spring 2v2s. So we have to see what happens next. Neeze just barely fighting to get back onto the stage. No positioning there. Kresuu, though, jumps and goes for the down air. Ted is there for the sider to follow up and takes down their own teammate.
Now trying to edgeguard Ted, but they're not able to do so. Ted is so slippery on that edge. He is so good at getting past. You could have 5 players without a team damage trying to edgeguard Ted. He would find a way to get past all of them. No problem.
Oh, but Ted's having issues right now. So, where did that axe come from?
Weapon throw? Okay, okay. Axe from heaven just flying down. A gift from Odin.
Unlucky. Unlucky for Ted. And now they're down to their final stock, again, potentially of the tournament. We talked about how great the ledge guard is, but when you have a miracle axe that comes out of nowhere, you really can't expect that kind of stuff to happen against you. And now Ted is getting punished to high heaven in the process.
What is going on?
Does escape. Good follow-up for Kresuu to fall. But you're right, this is just chaos.
This is so much chaos. People are flying to left and right. We're seeing team damage, we're seeing everything right now, but what we do know is that we're going to be left with a 1v2. It's going to be Neeze going up against the Blue and Kresuu here, and they have 4 stocks against 1. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, Keg.
It's not, but Neeze might be able to get it done. Gauntlets, just up close, personal, play for the dares, look for the punish potential, and there it is. Cider wasn't able to be found. Oh no. Wait, Neeze escapes the 2v1 combo.
The man to do it, able to get out of that 2v2 combo. Side C coming out though, Neeze is getting super low, ground pound coming out, and that is going to be it. Blue and Kresuu are going to be advancing. Neeze and Ted are going to get knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah, sad to see. Still a banger series that we were able to enjoy, but yeah, the double gauntlets, we just had not seen really too many adjustments. Demon worked out much more beneficial for the long-range weapons, and you know, hopefully we get to see them for the next 2v2 tournament.
Hopefully we do indeed.